Thank you so much, Kim. We're looking at a fabulous weekend. No excuses not to get out there and take full advantage of it. Think about how many weeks left there are of summer. Not that many. We're going to talk food now. Let's go to Kevin at Taste of the Danforth.
Video.
Just need some more energy, right? That's all. High pressure in place. Cue the kids. Cue the jumping kids. We have high pressure in place. Great weekend setting up. You'll see that in your locals. I promise. Stay with us. We've got your top 5 list coming up right after the break. More top 5s are found online in our gallery at theweathernetwork.com. A great weekend setting up. We're going to see more of the same, more sunshine. Have you ever seen those people doing paddle boarding and wondered what that's all about? Well, Kasha is doing some investigating. Whatever it takes. I love originality. Whatever gets people moving, right? High pressure's in place across the Great Lakes for the weekend. So burpees, paddleboarding, it doesn't really matter. It's going to be fabulous. No excuses. Really, temperatures are, if anything, really warming as we head through the weekend. In fact, we could be looking at humidex readings in the low 30s by the time we get to next week. By Tuesday, we could be looking at some rainfall in the GTA. We've got online at theweathernetwork.com a whole gallery dedicated to just science behind the weather, so it's education plus there. Let's take it over to the Danforth now. We're talking Greek food and a whole lot more with Kevin Yard. Okay, I'm glad you admitted that. I was going to say, cheater. All right, high pressure. We're not going to cheat on this. We're not going to cheat you out of a weekend because we have high pressure in place, great conditions. Temperatures day by day warming bit by bit. In fact, we might end up by Sunday, Monday, humidex readings in the low 30s. And this is the time of year when the climatological daytime highs begin to decline. Hate to tell you that, but that's true. High pressure in place, and we're going to be looking at some decent weather. We've had some showers and storms here across Atlantic Canada, but for us, looking great, possibly seeing some storms by about midday, late day Tuesday. Shaping up to be a fantastic weekend. Temperatures are warming by, say, midday, late day Tuesday of next week. We may begin to start to get back into some rain and possibly some storms, but there's a lot of time that has to pass between now and then, right? Let's go to Kasha. She is paddleboarding today. I don't know about that because our technicians, Kasha, are probably a little bit nervous about losing their microphone. That's possible. Just don't fall in. You'll save yourself some trouble. That's actually from forest fires, the smoke from forest fires in the Northwest Territories coming up and around this ridge of high pressure that's in place. If you smell a little bit of smoke or you see that haziness despite the sun and the forecast, that's exactly what that is. So we do have high pressure in place, so no weather expected, variable winds as well. There are some storms moving through Atlantic Canada today, but for us, we have high pressure. Same for Ottawa, Montreal, looking great until next week. Then we have possibly some rain coming our way. Thank you, as always, Kim. We're going to look forward to more videos, of course, of yours and so much more online at theweathernetwork.com. But right now, we want to go to Kevin. He's talking food, delicious food. This weekend, the weather couldn't be better. That just looks so good. Saganaki. Oh, opa. High pressure in place across the Great Lakes. Great stuff this weekend. So get out to the Danforth or do whatever it is you have planned. Great conditions despite the what looks kind of like haze and smoke in the air from the fires in the Northwest Territories, believe it or not. I'm Sheryl Plouffe. Glad you're here. We are Canada's #1 source for complete and accurate weather, and we have high pressure, stable conditions expected this weekend. No storms, no rain. Possibly by the early part to mid part of next week, that's when it becomes active once again. Light winds and really just fabulous weather. It is actually going to be climbing. The temperatures will begin to feel warmer day by day as we get into Sunday and Monday. Low pressure system to the north, though, could be a weather maker eventually for us by, well, let's say midday, late day of Tuesday next week. But for the time being, lots of high pressure right across, even into Montreal and Ottawa. But there you can see by Tuesday evening getting into the GTA. So we may possibly be dealing with some weather by then. Temperatures, though, feeling like in the low 30s. I know you've seen this on your locals, but that's just a review. And even beyond that, into next week, temperatures in the low 20s, feeling like the mid 20s. It doesn't really quite look like smog, but some very high cloud and almost sort of hazy conditions. That is actually smoke from fires at the very high levels from the Northwest Territories, and you can see that clearly on this satellite image. Pretty interesting stuff. But we're still going to be seeing high pressure and no storms in the forecast. Right through the weekend, temperatures rising. We'll see humidex readings in the low 30s by the end of the weekend, light winds from that. High pressure ridge looking great. We got some big storms, golf ball and tennis ball sized hail with these supercells that came through yesterday, and there's a risk again today of seeing some weather. So we're not going to see anything of the sort. What do we have in store? Temperatures mid-20s, lots of sunshine from the CN Tower. Whatever it is that you have planned, we have high pressure in place, and it's really looking like fabulous weather this weekend with lots of sunshine, high UV index, light winds, and we will be looking at the humidex readings increasing as we head through the next few days. So much so that in Toronto, we'll have those humidex readings sitting in the low 30s for a few days until some changes come. And that will be on Tuesday with a low pressure system that's developing and will be moving across the northwest of Ontario for the weekend. We're not going to be feeling the impact of that yet. In Hamilton on Tuesday, likely just to be some isolated showers. We may see some changes with this depending on the track of the low. Actually, it'll be coming in from the north. But we do have those humidex readings sitting in the low 30s. And for Niagara Falls, similar conditions with rain on Tuesday. Of course, Hawaii just having come off really some very intense weather from Tropical Storm Iselle. And now Hurricane Julio is actually going to be moving off to the north. There are still some warnings in place for, a hurricane warning for the Big Island and then subsequently tropical storm warnings elsewhere. It's the first hurricane warning issued since 1993, so pretty amazing stuff.